Hello and welcome. I'm Debbie Bergio. How many times have you or a loved one needed to receive specialized care at home, perhaps after a rehabilitation stay or hospitalization? I am joined right now by Stephanie Owens of Amedisys Home Healthcare. Stephanie is their clinical transitions coordinator and a registered nurse. Stephanie, thank you so much for being a part of our resource fair this year.
Thank you for having us.
So please tell us what Amedisys does and the services you provide.
So Amedisys is a skilled home healthcare company that helps people in their home be able to stay at home. We provide in-home nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, social work, and a home health aide, whatever is needed for each individual case. We are covered by insurances, and we help to transition people to be able to stay at home.
So what's that process for getting that care? Is it started by the rehabilitation center, or how do people come to you?
If a patient is in a hospital or in a rehab center, yes, the referral initially comes from the doctors there and their social workers there in the building. Once they transition home, that's kind of my part to coordinate all that care to make sure that it's a smooth transition for them. They are able to do community referrals if they go to a doctor, their primary care doctor, neurologist, orthopedic doctor, anybody, and they feel like they're having a hard time getting out to do therapy. We're able to come into the home to help with that with some certain criteria, but usually that's definitely something that we can take care of, make sure they're appropriate.
Okay. I know we're doing this virtually this year because of the current health situation in our country. Can you share with us what precautions you're taking for your clients and providers?
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely a scary time, and none of us have been in this situation. Amedisys has done a really good job of preparing our clinicians and our teams out there to make sure that they're providing safe care to the patients as well as keeping themselves and their family safe. We are now offering telehealth nursing, which is one of the very few home care agencies that are piloting that at this point. Virtual vital signs, stuff like that will be sent to our nurses on a daily basis, and we can communicate that way. We have all the protective personal equipment that we need, and we are actively able to take care of COVID-19 patients or possible patient exposures. So I think we're really well prepared as best as we can be at this point.
Excellent. That's just so important. So good to hear that you all are ahead of the situation there. So tell me what there are other companies that provide similar services, of course, but what to you makes Amedisys stand out? What makes it unique?
Good question, because there are a lot of us out there and there's a lot of choices, and patients always have their choice of who they want. I think the reason why I went with Amedisys instead of some other agencies is because we really do strive to take on some of those more clinically complex patients and cases.
Mm-hmm.
We have the team of clinicians that do a more cohesive approach. They do a great job of working as a team and getting them all the resources they need. We have what we call empowerment programs, which are for our heart failure and our COPD patients to educate them on how the disease is and prevent those symptoms, or recognizing those symptoms before they get too bad and they have to go to the hospital. So we're not just doing telemonitoring, we're actually doing empowerment programs to make them be able to take care of their disease.
Oh, that's excellent. You may not realize this, but the beginning of our mission statement is to empower and enrich the lives of older adults. And empowering, it's all about educating, and that's one of my passions, because I wish, in caring for my parents, that we had more information at the beginning of the process rather than trying to figure out which way to turn as we were going through this situation. So that's one of the motivations. So I'm excited to hear. And one was congestive heart failure. That was something my mom dealt with. So that's great to hear. And what else? Is there other things that you would like to share with us about Amedisys and how we can contact?
I think that we're trying to do the best we can for the change in times and make sure that we're staying ahead of the game in regards to education materials. And we do have a lot of nurses that are transitions coordinator teams to be able to make sure that we're looking at the person as a whole and making sure we're determining everything they need ahead of time before that person gets home. So I think it's important. Everyone's a team, and we just need to make sure that we're seeing patients the best we can.
So I'm sure you have several patients who are receiving several of the different therapies from different providers.
Yes.
Excellent. So on the page below this video, when people are watching it, they can find some resources that we're going to link to from Amedisys. And I just thank you so much for taking your time and sharing what you do, which is such an important service in our community.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Debbie, and thank you for what you do as well.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.